All right, here we have our end of Unit 4 study guide that we are going to start doing. So here we go. I'm going to do a different video per page. So this is page number 1. Okay, which graph best represents the system? Okay, so I just need to take these equations and graph them. The only thing is that this top equation is not in slope-intercept form. In order to do that, I need to get y by itself. Okay, so y stays right there, and the x needs to move. In order to move, we have to do the opposite of x. That's a positive x. So we subtract x from both sides. Okay, and now it is y equals 3 minus x. Okay, now that is ready to graph. So I'm just going to look at all of the lines, and I'm going to look for a line that has a y-intercept of -1 and another that has a y-intercept of 3. Okay, so I'm looking at lines at -1 and a line at 3. So let's go over here to -1. That is supposed to be the y-intercept of this line. If that was the y-intercept, the line would be going through that. It's not. So A is not an option. Okay, B, let's go to -1. Good, that line is going through -1. Okay, let's look at the slope for that equation. So -1 was the y-intercept, which means 3 is the slope. So let's go up 1, 2, 3 over 1. This line is exactly what this equation is. Right there. They match. Okay, so let's check that other equation. So here in this equation, the slope is -1, the y-intercept is 3. So let's check the y-intercept. 1, 2, 3. Looks pretty good. Slope of -1, down 1, over 1, down 1, over 1. Perfect. That one fits that one. Right now, B works. Let's check C. We're looking for a y-intercept of -1, -1. That line does not go through that y-intercept, so cannot fit the graph. Okay, number 2. Graph each of the following systems. If there is a solution, circle it on the graph, then write it as an ordered pair. If there is no solution or infinite solutions, say so, okay? So we need to graph these lines onto here. The first thing we need to make sure is, are they in slope-intercept form? Y is by itself over here, so yes it is. We have our y equals mx plus b form. So right here, this -3, that is a y-intercept, and this 1/2, that is our slope. Okay, over here, this -1 is our slope, and this +3 is our y-intercept. Okay, let's deal with this first line. So y-intercept of -3, slope of 1/2, up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. Okay, and our second equation, the y-intercept is +3, and the slope is -1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. They are going to cross. Looks like they cross right here. So it said circle the solution on the graph, so I'm going to circle it. And I'm going to write it as an ordered pair. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, down 1, -1. 2b, we need to graph these lines. First, we have to make sure, are they in slope-intercept form? They are, because it's y equals mx plus b, so we're ready to go. That is a y-intercept. Okay, and here is our slopes. Now I'm noticing their slopes are the same. Okay, knowing that the slopes are the same and their y-intercepts are different, I'm going to anticipate that there's going to be no solution. Their slopes are the same, so these are going to be parallel lines, but let's graph them. So this first one has a y-intercept of +1, slope of 2/3, so up 2 over 3. And the second one has a y-intercept of -5. And slope of 2/3, up 2 over 3. Up 2 over 3. And just like we anticipated, they are parallel, therefore they have no solution. All right, solve the following system by elimination. So we will have to use the elimination method here. When we're using elimination method, we just need perfect opposites, and I see them right here. I see a +4y and a -4y. So I am ready to eliminate. So if I were to add these equations together, I'll get 6x, a 4y plus a -y, that'll cross them out. Eliminate them, and -12 plus 36 is going to be 24. Divide both sides by 6, you'll get x equals 4. Take that 4, we still need to find y, place it into the easiest equation you can find, and rewrite. So instead of x minus 4y, we're going to do 4 minus 4y equals 36. You're going to subtract 4. That's a +4, so you're moving it by doing the opposite. And you'll get -4y equals 32. Divide by -4 on both sides. Y equals -8. Okay, now we can check our answer by plugging both of these back into our original equation. So let's try that. Let's check our answer to know that we are absolutely 100% correct. Okay, so 5x, so I'm going to do 5, and instead of x, I'm going to put in 4, plus 4y, well, instead of y, I'm going to put in -8, and that should equal -12. I'll get 20 plus -32, that's just 20 minus 32, and that does equal -12. Let's check our other equation. So instead of x minus 4y, I'm going to do 4 minus 4 times -8, and I should get 36. Okay, so 4 minus -32, that when you see minus negative, you can turn them both into positives. 4 plus 32 does equal 36. I've checked my solution in both equations. I've gotten true statements for both of them. So I absolutely 100% know that 4, -8 is the solution. All right, stay tuned for the next video for the next page.